Welcome to the Rent to Rent Success podcast, all about creating consistent cash flow, escaping the 9-to-5, and really living life on your terms. This is the only podcast entirely dedicated to helping you achieve rent to rent success. It's our place to inspire each other to believe bigger, to be bolder, and to be game changers for good. I'm Stephanie Taylor, your guide on this exciting ride. Let's start up the engines and get ready to fly. Hello, and welcome aboard episode 25 of the Rent to Rent Success podcast. And today we are talking about heating costs, how to stop them spiraling out of control in your HMO. And you'll love this episode because it helps you keep your heating costs down and keep your housemates happy at the same time. So if you're just joining us for the first time, do go back to episode 1 as the episodes really build on each other to give you the full view of rent to rent success. And before I dive in today, I want to tell you about our book. We are beyond excited that we're getting closer and closer to being able to share it with you. And we've got a very special VIP book list. So if you want to be involved in all the special offers that we're going to have pre-launch for the book, then do sign up at renttorentbook.com. That's rentbook.com. And we'll have the link in the show notes too. There will be some prizes and surprises that are only for the people on our pre-launch book VIP list, and as well as our Kickstarter stars and superstars. So do go there and sign up if you haven't already. So this was a question that I was asked recently about the heating costs. So I thought I would answer it here. Let's dive in. With rent to rent, it works well when you know what your costs are, when you've used your deal analyzer and you know how the deal stacks. But what if your tenants are careless and your bills spiral? Many landlords will be familiar with this, where you'll go around in the height of summer and you open the door and a wall of heat hits you. All the windows are wide open. The housemates are relaxing in their bikinis to stay cool. And it's a familiar story that, somebody's put the heating on when it was cold and just forgotten it. It's just carelessness, because often when people are not paying the bills, they're not always paying attention to things like whether the boiler's on timer or whether it's on or whether it's on off. So although we do put a fair use clause into our tenancy agreements with the tenants, we have never needed to enforce it. And that's what I'm going to talk about to you today. The reason we've never needed to enforce it is because, Inspire. It changed everything and it's so simple. I know this will be a game changer for you as well. If you're not already familiar, it's the Inspire heating system. And this system can be set up. It switches the boiler on and off at specific prearranged times, as you will already be used to with a boiler. You'd maybe have it come on in the morning and then go off again, and then come on in the evening and then go off again. Hey there. Are you curious about making money from properties you don't own? Watch your free Rent to Rent Success Masterclass and get the full lowdown on rent to rent with me. Get started at renttoRentSuccess.com/guide. That's rentsuccess.com/guide. You'll learn more about rent to rent and how it can change your life. Okay, now let's get back to the show. So it's the same as you'd normally have with a boiler. However, not all boilers are straightforward. And the complexity of the boilers means that sometimes it's harder for tenants to put it onto the timer setting and then switch it on for a while and then have it go off again. And so for them, it's just easier just to leave it on 24/7 and live semi-tropical all year round. But with the Inspire, it's got the same automated settings as the boiler. But the difference is that housemates can turn on the heating anytime or adjust the temperature up and down anytime by pressing, there's one button which is called central heating boost button. And there's a button as well. Well, there's 2 buttons up and down that adjust the temperature. So really, if they just want they say the heating's come on in the morning and it's gone off again, it's got cold, they can just press one button and the heating will come on, and it'll come on for a pre-programmed amount of time. It might be 1, 2, 3 hours, whatever you set it to. And the magic is, though, that after the prearranged time while the heating's on, the heating will then go back to timed settings. So this means that no one has to remember to switch it back to times. So the tenants really love it because some boilers are complicated, it's actually much simpler. To switch the heating on, you only have to press one button. To adjust the temperature up or down, it's really obvious which button to hit as well. So they love that part of it. They love that they're in control. And it means for you that your costs stay really efficient because the heating's only on when it needs to be on. It's not on when everybody's out at work and it's just been left on. So at the time that I'm recording this just now, the Inspire units are just under £200, which is well worth the cost over a 3 or a 5 year contract. And I've also made a video about this. So I will put the link to that video in the show notes because then you can see what it looks like as well. I really love these things that are win-win. Your costs go down, your housemates are happier. Let me know what you think. Are you already using this system? Are you using something else? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So that's it for this week. I'd love to connect with you on Insta. Hit me up in the DMs, or if you have any questions you'd love me to tackle, or if you just want to let me know what you do for the heating system. I'm at Stephanie T Property. That's Stephanie T Property. So look forward to hearing from you. Until next week, have a great rest of the week, guys. And remember, believe bigger, be bolder, and be a game changer. See you soon.
Thank you so much for listening. If you like the links for anything mentioned in today's episode, or if voice is not enough and you want to see us on video too, you can find all the show notes and lots more at renttorentsuccess.com. That's rent number 2, rentsuccess.com. If you've enjoyed today's episode, we'd super appreciate it if you would take a few minutes to review it in your podcast app. Remember, we'll be donating to our B1G1 charities too for each review you give. Until then, believe bigger, be bolder, be a game changer.